Let's have a look. God, the feelings that I'm remembering. The run back in the kiln. Ugh. I hate the kiln run back. I truly do. We already know I've got to go pantsless for this. Problem with that is, if these guys hit me... Left! That could be game over. Jump. And they can hit me because the recovery is so long. It's obnoxious. God, I hate that. I'll never ever understand it. Monster Hunter. Who likes that game, dude? Everybody. What are you talking about, Chris? It's a classic. Hey. There you go. Blue titty chunk. Always nice. This should kill, right? Yeah. Probably best to hit with an R2 then. I don't know if that killed because it was counter damage though. He was in the recovery frames of his attack. Could have done more damage because of that. These guys turn around when you sprint at them, which is why the slumbering ring is really good. It looked like he could have recovered then. Maybe it's just a one hit anyway. This weapon is very strong, I don't know if you realise. It was a great choice to complement all that strength. Unlike the Jagged Ghostblade, which is really bad against these golems for some reason. These guys are made of magic. Maybe it's some kind of magic knife. Can the Jagged Ghostblade hit the ghosts? Is that the weapon that can hit them? There's a weapon that can ambiently hit the ghosts. And it might be that. Should we read it? It should say in its description that it's... Oh, fuck off with this. Ugh! Have I gone past it? Yeah. Right. Yes! One of the cursed weapons inflicts damage to ghosts. You do not need to use Transient Curse with that weapon. It will already kill them for you. That's cool. I wish there was more of that. Ooh, the crystalline armor. Forgot about that. Golem in the corner, left golem, golem on the right, and then the crystal caves full of moonlight butterflies that I'm not going to fight because they're really stupid. This is another area that could have been amazing, and I feel is incredibly rushed. Not so much these woods. These woods are fine. They just kind of dotted a bunch of golems knocking about, and I don't really understand that too much. Yeah, when they hear you, these guys, they're really good at coming for you. Is he going to jump? Not sure. That is so wonderfully slow. More Titanite chunks. We need these, so this is farming without farming. Geometry here is quite precarious, so be careful. That's awesome. These guys drop them quite reliably too. That means getting enchanted weapons and magic weapons are not going to be a problem, because you can just knock about these fellas a couple times. That's the one with the big range. That has a second hit if you're too close. Nothing there. But I always used to get invasions here when I was on my pyromancy build, which is always frustrating, because when you're on your pyromancy build, all you're essentially doing is spamming overpowered pyromancy garbage, right? Not the most fun or interesting way to play, but it led to some really crazy ganks. So, this place. A weird section. An interesting segment. I wonder if this version is going to make this any less weird. He's going to jump. He always jumps. And then we're going to face the stronger version, right? The gold one. There's an item just over there. There's also an item I think you can drop on one of these bits. Oh, there's the moonlight butterfly. Apparently, the moonlight butterfly has a very rare chance of dropping a slab, I think. But I think it's a difficult drop rate, so unless you're a spellcaster, I think farming them is probably a dumb idea. Because I sometimes smack them. I'm stupid like that. Right. So, this is a straight line, this one. The game intended you to see the platforms, of course, with the falling snow and the particle effects. You can fire arrows in front of you, you can throw knives, you can do a few things. That one shouldn't be a problem because it is so direct. This guy's tough, right? Yeah, it's pretty tough. Oh, and I broke his shit. That's good. Okay. That's always been like that too, that weird slippy edge. This is also straight. This is a straight sprint from here to the end of the level, but if you turn around, there's a ton of crystal lizards that just vanished, and then there's this, which is just a complete nightmare. So this is probably the most difficult section to navigate by far. And the pattern of it is zigzag. It goes up and down like saw teeth. And you see the item all the way over there? It is a blue slab, but I think there's an easier way of getting a blue slab. So I'm not going to do that. The trial and error it would take to achieve is just too damn strong. So I believe if I do this, I should be okay. And the Moonlight Butterfly is going to aggro as well. And there you go, Crystal Caverns is done. Over here is what triggers the Moonlight Butterfly, picking up the soul of the hero. Interesting, it didn't do it. I'm certain it aggroes when you pick that up. That's weird. It's confusing to me. Then we have the land of the crab people. And the crab people over here. Just chilling out. Yo. Just not enough to fucking kill it, bitch. And this is also an enemy placement that can follow you into a boss room, which is really stupid. And one of the best ways to avoid it is either kill them all, or quit and re-enter, because then it'll seal the room. But the fact that they can follow you in is garbage. Really silly. The aggro range on these enemies too is interesting. Some of them seem to spawn based on kill parameters. That sucked. Wow. This guy is a fucking Street Fighter player. Do you see how good his spacing was? What a beast. That was an expert whiff punish. And he dropped some twink, which is nice to show that that's what they drop. 2 more, right? And the guy at the back will aggro, or 3 more. Back ones aggro before the front ones do. It's just weird. I've never really understood the spawning of this. It's a bizarre order kind of thing. I wish that killed. I really do. Guy at the back's gonna go again. See? Oh, this guy's turning away. That might explain it a little bit. Stab. Oh no, he does the big one. Big claw mouth thing. The foot one was one of the fastest ones where they poke you with a leg. Little cheeky leg poke. There we go, some more twinks. So the drop rate's not too bad. Grand scheme of things. I want to put Havel's Ring on for this. Seath can curse you. It's not easy to not get cursed as well. It's one of those things where getting cursed can happen easily. Especially if you're naked. Being naked has no real benefits in this next fight. Additionally, getting what we're oh, fuck off. Excuse me. Getting what we want here. I'm fat. Cool. Is also going to be difficult. But doable. There he goes. Ooh, that was a big hit. That was not a big hit. Okay! That's got more hits than I remember. This weapon is annoying. Wonder if I should have done power within. Is he attacking or turning? He's turning. Do something, dickhead! Fuck! This is not good. That's a move. Fucking garbage tail! Hate that tail! That was lucky. I'll take it. You big scrub. I'm happy with that. There he goes. Of course I'm studying this stupid thing. Why would I not be, right? That's the close quartered one. Oh, whoa! Interesting. That's why you don't do that. Rare footage of somebody dying to Seath the Scaleless. So my body just then was telling me to run behind Seath and I didn't know why. It was being like, why are you attacking the side leg? And then the part of my brain was going, dude, the side leg is awesome to attack. Let's attack that. And now I know why. Because you can still proc the move that can kill you. But the good news is we got what we needed. So that's cool. I'm okay with that. However, I'm not okay with dying to Seath, because you should never die to Seath. But I'm cool with the circumstances, because I feel like that's one of those moves that he one-shot me effectively with the laser beam. And it's your own fault for getting tagged by it, but if you're going to get tagged by something, usually it's the tail swipes. They're the ones that get most players. But to get so willingly destroyed like that, it's okay. But my body was screaming against it. It was weird. But I'm testing different things as well, because it's easy. Why does that look like it glows? That's weird. Seeing imaginary things now, guys. It's going really good. But I want to kill him with this weapon. Just to prove that I'm a baller. Those big weapons do so much damage, it has to be said. They're really good at damaging. I wonder if you have to smack the Moonlight Butterfly, because for some reason I remember just picking that item up triggered it. It's a pretty vivid memory too, a strong memory. Maybe it's a fake memory. I'd love to hack the game and have these platforms be there. That's the type of shit I would do. Because let's face it, who the fuck wants to not be able to see shit, right, when you're trying to do a fight? When you're trying to navigate an area. This could be dangerous, by the way. Running past these clams is kind of an art form unto itself. They did the move then that gave me the goal, though. If they'd have done any of the fast moves then, that could have been quite dangerous. There we go. Do I have to break the crystal every time? I don't remember. Oh, that was a waste of power within. Shit. That was a really, really bad choice. I forgot. Wow, that damage is fantastic. Hey, come back here. Don't fail me now, you stupid fucking D-pad. Notice how going up is fantastic. It's the other way that's complete AIDS. If he traps me here, I will die. I hate this game sometimes. Damn! That was one hit. Broke that shit. It'd be cool if you could break his smaller ones. What do you think, dickhead? There you go. Oh my god, I'm pushing the tail. Ugh! I want to push this. Go away. I want to touch his willy. Is that the wide arc? Yeah, that's the wide arc. You can stand in front of him on that and hit him, and then he has to do the close arc, and then you can move out of the way of the close arc. There is a... It's one of the many manipulations that you can do on Seath. That's the explosion, right? Shit. Studying the curse juice. Bom 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 bom. Seath is a shit boss and I wish he was better. The epitome of gimmick fight, Mr. Dumbass. Gonna cock block me? I'm gonna try. That sucked. There he goes. Oh, he's cracking! Good lad. I can get behind that. Love it when he does the punch. Don't want to be here. Don't want to be here. Don't want to be here, you stupid fucking tail! This boss is so dumb. He's moving his own tail. Yeah, this is bad. Ooh, he followed me though. Chose to follow instead of using his lasers. His lasers would have sealed the deal then. Hey. What a dumb boss. Love it. Love everything about you, dumbass. Oh yeah, Seath is one of the achievements as well. The Scaleless. $96,000. Love it. So, let's go to the file link. Oh, actually, no. We need to go and pay him a visit, don't we? He's all crazy-fied. We need to go to the Anno Londo. And then we reverse engineer the path. We're going to bump into that crystal guy as well, because I ran past him. This could be a good opportunity to shit in his dreams. Because that's exactly what we'll do with this weapon. And then we can get the tin catalyst, and we can get the dragon breath spell, the one he learned from studying Seath, maybe. Which is pretty sweet. I'm trying to think of what else we'll need. Because there's bound to be something I've forgotten or missed or not remembered or misremembered. But at least we don't have to fuck with the boars. Even though the boars weren't the worst part of Duke's, that first room was. And we get to do it again. So yay. I wonder why they chose not to allow you to warp to different bonfires. That would have been a good addition, I think. It's curious that they left that off. Because I believe they added the parish bonfire, didn't they? Because you couldn't warp there for the longest time. So you had to warp to Firelink and run back, or something like that. Warp to Dark Route and run back. I think that's how the game was for the longest time, and then Prepare to Die Edition added it to the list. I think that's how that worked. It's funny how you accept things once you forget the way they work. Like, nobody really remembers when all the inputs buffered and stacked and everything was a nightmare to do in this game. People forget that. Fucking knobhead. I'm so gonna die. Because I need to quickly heal and they're up my ass. We did okay. That could have been way worse. He's gonna jump though. Thankfully he didn't jump. This next guy, if he jumps, we could be in trouble. No, that's exactly what you want. You want him to do what he did just then. Now, we're in trouble because we have to wait for this. And we could easily get gangbanged. Yeah. Thanks, Dark Souls. The stupid shit that exists in these games. On what planet can they hit you on a fucking balcony with arrows? This planet. But you can't get mad at this stuff, because this happens all the time in these games. The only reason you don't see this more often is because 99% of the people you watch will not play this game at base vitality. Nobody does. Except for the people who are a little bit more creative with the game, I guess. Maybe speedrunners don't. Do speedrunners upgrade HP? Probably not, right? That's too slow. You could be upgrading other things. But I suppose maybe they do for the safetiness of it, the safety strats. This is one of those elevators as well that you really wish had a method to make it reset itself instead of having to constantly trigger the bloody thing. If that guy jump attacks me, I'm dead. And now we have to play Roll the Dice, Dark Souls, Duke's Archive 101. Does he jump? No. Do I get hit by an arrow? No. Can I get this guy to jump to the side? No. But he didn't do anything, so we're okay. Look at all the variables. Oh, it was him! That guy. There you go. Mystery reveals itself. Speaking of mysteries. Are you there, strange crystal man? Yoo-hoo! Yeah, he's there. Get fucking pancaked. Oh wow, did I just reverse roll? That's cool. He took it like a champion. He did not take it like a champion. Fuck this game, dude. The game's built by lunatics. I'm so glad this shit doesn't exist. You don't see this in the later games as much. Okay. He's not here. Maybe I have to talk to him after Seath is dead. Make him go all nuts. That's a problem. Get the large magic ember though, and I know that there's a soul up on one of these balconies. Is it the soul of a great hero? Because that would be sweet. Or have I thought there should have been a soul up on here, and there's not a soul up on here? So I've added it into the fantasy of what should be on this fucking balcony. Because I do that sometimes. Oh no, I saw it. I picked the longest route to it. And it is a soul of a great hero, nice. There's one of those in Anor Londo on the balcony. I don't know how many else there is, but they're the biggest souls in the game. God, this is so fucking annoying. Safe quitting shouldn't make a difference, because I think I have to talk to Logan a bunch of times, but I'm just going to try. Because it means I have to make this journey again, and I really don't want to. It was annoying enough doing it once, doing it twice, doing it 3 times, and a 4th time, really? Yeah, he's not here. If he was here, he'd be naked and being a lunatic. Interesting. That fog, though. You know what I could do, though? Oh, no, it's not going to work. I wish this room had a bonfire. That'd be a really cool addition, because I could rest at the bonfire and then just bone back. It's not going to let me do that. Because this is going to take me to the beginning of Duke's, so I'm going to warp into Duke's, meet him again, see him go nuts, and then come back here. It's the type of stuff that doesn't really exist in the games all that much. They've mitigated a lot of this by refining it. I think that's the reason why they use the hubs now, like Demon Souls, because it just makes everybody in a centralized environment instead of having to go all over the place for dudes. Because you have to find them first and they're all over the place, and that's fine, but when it comes to doing side quests to individual people, it just goes nuts. Yeah, he's going crazy. I think that's all he needed. Yeah, he's nuts. So now, I'm not going to use a bone, there's no point, it's a waste of a bone. We have to do that stupid run again involving dropping the elevator again and not dying. What am I doing? That's some programming right there. Totally fucked it up. I can't warp to that bonfire, can I? So the bone would have been worth it. Fuck. God, this game is dumb. It's so dumb! And it's so easy to forget. Just how bloody dumb it is. God, it's dumb. It's so dumb. But it's a classic. And we forgive it, because it's a great game. And it's still great, you know, even though there's all this just ridiculously antediluvian stuff, it's still wonderful. And all of its draconian nature, it's still worthwhile. Because the quality shines through. Sure, it's going to age, every game ages. But play it for long enough and you don't even see the age anymore. You just see the masterpiece that was crafted. But it could be different, you know? That's the thing I'm judging this by. So far, this remaster has had no ambition. They've changed nothing. They've changed weird things, they've made it look weird, and that's it. You know, all the big changes are for the co-op and the PvP. I don't co-op, never have, never will, and I don't really PvP anymore. There's a chance I might, if I get the flavour for it, but I haven't PvP'd in like 3 years. And it's almost like I PvP'd so much I don't need to do it anymore. And I know it's fun and I know I have a good time, but to me, I want something new. I'm looking for the next thing. I'm not looking to look back and do the thing I used to do a lot. I've already spent weeks of my life standing in the Berg, standing in Anor Londo, standing in the catacombs, things like that. They were good memories, they were good times, but I don't have to do that anymore. I've done that. It's the same with a lot of multiplayers. It's kind of how I view things like competitive first-person shooters in a lot of ways. Unless there's some kind of gimmick and something that really hooks me, I don't need it. That's why skill-based movement is such a big thing for me. Because it lets me have the fun I don't have traditionally playing. Those iframes could be handy. Just in time for the elevator to come back as well. Awesome. That was useful. I need a little something more. That's why I like using mouse and keyboard now, because it's challenging to me, it's different. I'm so used to controller, when I play on a mouse and keyboard, it feels like I'm learning a new skill. It's the same with the fight stick. When I play on my fight stick, it's exciting, because it feels like a new skill. And it's something I'm not as good at. So I feel like I have to sharpen it and get better, and it triggers that part of my brain that likes to improve and likes to grind and get better and know more and do better. And it's the reason why when I do walkthroughs nowadays, my restrictions are somewhat even more masochistic than they used to be, because I'm better at doing it now. So to me, what's the point in doing something I've already done, right? This is gonna hurt. You dumb bitch. All of that for that. And that's hilarious. But at least I've got that bone, right? So I can get back. Come on! Do it now! So, folks, we'll place the Lordvessel and then we'll end today's session. Oh, there, I'm going to kindle. That's exactly what I want to do. A man who never kindles, kindling. I used to kindle, so I should be kindling. That's what I did on my first playthrough. I kindled bonfires, but that's because I needed to. And in my opinion, if you still kindle bonfires, that is a weakness in your playability. You need to fix that. There's nothing wrong with it for the purposes of co-oping or PvPing or a utility of it, but if you need to do it rather than through habit of doing it, it's a habit that you need to break. Because if you can't do this game with 5 flasks, then you have a lot to learn. And that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. I envy you. But that's coming from somebody who's done this game with no flasks. You know? Several times. Oh, sorry, fool. Look at the drumstick on his back. We're not fighting Gwyn with this, by the way. We're going to fight Gwyn with the Jagged Ghost Blade. Look at the lighting here. The lighting looks so different. You can really see the teals and that kind of specular reflections on the surface there because of the light. Let's offer these Lord Souls, shall we? Let's open this kiln. Hands used to look so garbage in games, and admittedly his hand is not the best looking one, but I wonder what hands are going to look like in the future. I wonder if they're going to be super perfect. Because they're already looking really good, but they're always massive, you notice that? You'll get the most dainty females in a game, and she's got hands as big as wrestlers. It's crazy. Mickey Rourke hands. There you go, guys. Lordvessel is open. The kiln awaits.